I'm delighted that Steve Varley has agreed to be our ambassador for climate change and net zero. A Loughborough alum, Steve is the Global Vice President for Sustainability at EY. He also served for almost a decade on our University Council. His global insight and connections will help position the university to be a player on the biggest stages, including at COP meetings, working with world leaders and global companies. He will help us to drive forward our research and education on the climate change agenda.
My connection to Loughborough goes back a long way. I was a graduate of this great university in engineering back in the early 90s, and I've always kept in contact with Loughborough. One of the great things about being a Loughborough student and then a Loughborough graduate is it stays with you forever. The main reason I chose for accepting the role of ambassador is to represent this university on a global stage on one of the most important topics in the world, sustainability. I think the topic of sustainability resonates with the majority of people. However, what I try and bring to this, and a special part about my background and experiences, is the world of business. Now, to put it really simply, I think we all know what's going on in the world. What we're lacking, though, is the appropriate behavioural response. From my perspective, business, quite sadly, got us into a lot of these problems, and I really want business to have a disproportionate positive response to help get us out of it, and that's my role. I think the proudest parts of my agenda is when I've been working in a boardroom with one of the leading companies of the world, and we found out how to meet the expectations of their stakeholders, including their shareholders, but also make them a lot more sustainable. And when you can get that golden thread to weave through how they work, what they do, what they deliver, and also make them more sustainable, maybe by improving their nature positive impact for biodiversity, or making them emit less greenhouse gases, at the same time as delivering on their business objectives, those are great days at work. I think this is incredibly important that we're all globally connected and collaborate to help solve the climate emergency. And in fact, in my last few hours here on campus, with all the different departments and the professors that I've met, it strikes me once again that everybody's got a piece of the jigsaw, and our job can be to assemble that jigsaw as quickly as possible. The solution's out there. How it all comes together, though, is a real challenge for us at the moment. I think the role of academic research is incredibly important, bringing together at this university engineering with technology, with humanities, and then actually our special source here at Loughborough on sports. I think that can really change the world. The challenge for all of us, though, is how do we do that in the most cost-effective way and the quickest way, with the right levels of political will as well. I think the UNFCCC's Climate COP is one of the most important annual events on the agenda for business people, full stop. I think at the Dubai COP, COP28, you'll see more of a private sector presence in Dubai than you've seen before at any other COP. They are really important events, however, they are not the only important event on the agenda to help us all respond to the climate emergency. What they do is bring together 190 parties, pretty much 190 countries, all of the United Nations, into one room. I think the most important thing I've seen is it creates agency, especially for the smaller countries, the smaller parties. So in one room you have some of the biggest and most powerful countries in the world, the G20, US, the UK, Germany, Canada, France, China, India, together with the Marshall Islands, together with countries that really do face an existential threat today from climate change. Getting them all in the same room together, I think, provides smaller countries with the voice they need so they're heard by the larger countries. Frankly, it's the larger countries, the G20 in particular, that cause the most emissions and have the most financial power and political will to get us out of the mess we're in. That's why COPs are important. I reflected my whole career as being a really amazing journey with Loughborough University provided me a foundation stone with my engineering degree a few decades ago. Never in a million years would I have imagined that I would be working with His Majesty the King on his sustainability strategy, in the room in COPs, talking with some of the world's leaders on how we accelerate the decarbonisation of their countries. Or my mainline job, working with some of the leading companies in the world on some of the most difficult challenges they have. How do they create value for their stakeholders at the same time as creating value in sustainability? That's been an amazing journey, and I'm sure I would not have been able to do that without the support as I did my undergraduate degree. And then the learnings I've had, being privileged enough to come back to campus many times over the years to be topped up on my education. It's been fantastic. I think the opportunity here for Loughborough students of all types is to take advantage of the multidisciplinary nature that exists on this campus. It's just incredible to walk around and see all the different departments and how they work together. So don't just focus on your particular silo. Go along with your friends, meet people from other courses, talk about the issues you have, listen really well, and learn even better.